Hello and welcome to the Fibonacci free video for Friday, January 7th. Now, I want to look tonight at NVDA, right? NVDA is coming into the same price levels that held it up here in December, right? And we're pretty much right at the same spot and right at a nice little cluster of price levels right around here at 268 and change, which are levels that we saw NVIDIA come into both yesterday and today. Now, if it does need to fall further, there are some other support levels lower. They may not cluster quite as well, kind of right in here in the 258.5 to 260 area, right? And a few others that we can look at. Now, if we do bounce on the way down, if we need to get lower, right, that may introduce some other swings that we can project from, and it might cluster with some of these levels better than others and highlight some spots that we could look for. Meanwhile, I think getting back above sort of 315.5 and then clearing 330 would be the things that would set us up to the upside from a pure Fibonacci standpoint. But one thing that I want to add into this with you here this evening is a discussion of the Micro-Voodoo lines. Now, if you know about the Voodoo Lines indicator, that's something that we could throw on the charts here and see some important support and resistance levels for the overall trend in NVIDIA, right, without running any analysis. Now, there's also a concept of Micro-Voodoo lines. These are generated similar to the Voodoo Lines indicator. They're not baked in an indicator. It's manual analysis that I come in and do, right? But it is based on similar concepts, and I draw it with the same lines, right? So the red fire lines are going to be the most important of the Voodoo Line levels, right? Acting as resistance for NVIDIA up here against 335, right? Now, we did, after some bounces, break below this slightly lower Voodoo fire line, right around, 290... well, just below 290, maybe 289, 288 or so, right? We did break our way below there to one of the second most important levels, right? The tree lines, and that's what's holding us in check. So this is another thing that we can watch, right? Does it break or hold this tree line right around 270.5, right? Or does it come up and clear this fire line? And just watch as things ping pong between getting and holding important levels, like holding this fire line would potentially send things back up. Right? Meanwhile, if NVIDIA does need to come lower first before trying to find support, we have additional fire lines below, right around 260. So you can go ahead, integrate these levels with some of the same levels that we were looking at on the pure Fib analysis. Again, looking for spots where we can find support and see, at least I'm looking for spots where we can get an all clear by clearing some resistance overhead and see if we can set a path for NVIDIA to continue its climb. That's what I have here for this evening. I will see you at the next update.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency. It's one of the things that won me